Ladies and gentlemen, we're living in a world that suffers of scarce of resources. We don't have much sustainable resources. The environment is bleeding and screaming, seeking for help, and we're just sitting on our couches, silencing our conscience with the idea that the world is not perfect and we gotta do whatever it takes to survive. Guys, there's a lot of stuff that we're doing is not only hurting the environment, but also it's not even surviving anymore. It's entertainment. So let's talk more about the fuels or the unsustainable energy that we're actually using, and it's burning out the environment. So we have five kinds of unsustainable energy. We have fossil fuel, nuclear power, unsustainable biomass, wasteful energy consumption, and hydropower with the significant environmental impact. So first of all, let's start with the fossil fuel. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, fossil fuel is the, as you guys can deduce from it, fossil fuel is the kind of an energy that we deduce it from the fossils or from the dead bodies and the consumption of them. So basically, like, the problem is not in the fossil fuel itself. The problem is how we get it. In order to get it, we get a lot of carbon dioxide. That's like greenhouse gases that destroy actually the environment. So this is one of our problems about the fossil fuel. Second problem is the nuclear power. The nuclear power, the problem with it is it's waste. Every single thing we do, it has for sure a waste that you gotta get rid of. The waste of it is hazardous. That's actually cannot be consumable, and it's not only that, but also it's not recyclable, and it remains for like thousands of years, as hazardous as it is. So let's move to the unsustainable biomass. The unsustainable biomass is actually what's happening when we're trying to get some kind of an energy from the forest, because in the forest we have like a lot of trees, so people just go there and start cutting the trees, and it's just forest cutting and all this kind of stuff. The problem is this is a merge between both of them, both of the first and the second unsustainable energy, which is basically deduces a lot of carbon dioxide, and also it affects the oxygen level and the carbon dioxide level. So this is why it cannot be an unsustainable, it is an unsustainable energy, because we cut a lot of trees. Let's move to the fourth, which is the wasteful energy consumption. The wasteful energy consumption is actually like the normal thing around you guys. Look around you guys. You're sitting in a places that definitely right now that has a lot of lights on that you're not using. You probably, when you go back home, you're like turning on the heater and then you just close it up. It's the same thing actually. The wasteful energy consumption is consumption of a lot of energy or a lot of power in general for some stuff that do not need actually any consumptions. That's the thing, you know. And the last thing is the hydropower. The hydropower is actually a weapon that has two edges, depending how you hold the weapon. Which is the hydropower basically about it. It's a very good sustainable energy until you mismanage it. The mismanaging causes it to be an unsustainable energy. So I guess right now I just gave you like a briefer summary about the five unsustainable energies that we have, and right now you kind of know like a little bit of these unsustainable energy. Now, please, shall we talk more about the sustainable energy with my colleague Ershad Qureshi?
In response to the global problems that we are facing right now in the environment, we have some methods that can reduce or like help the environment, and these are renewable energies, and we're going to talk about these things in a very basic way. So let's go on with it. What's a renewable energy? Renewable energy of getting energy in a much safer and a much good way that cannot cause a lot of harm to the environment in our society or in our generation. So that's what called the renewable energy. And sustainable energy is the energy that we can sustain for a long time without wasting a lot of materials. And the problems that we are facing with the unsustainable energies, as already said by my partner Mutassim, the unsustainable energy cause a lot of problems. So we are going to talk about the specific energy production types in the renewable and sustainable energy. And few of them are solar energies, wind energy, hydropower, bioenergy, and tidal wave energy. You may hear some of them are like unsustainable energy, but if you wait and see it, you can understand what is the difference between the unsustainable and sustainable energy in these few methods. First of all, let's go with the solar energy. Solar energy, what's the solar energy? Solar energy is the production of the energy from the solar or the sunlight. And the good thing about the solar energy is the reduced influence of depending on the fossil fuel and helping the climate. The good thing about the solar panels or solar energy conversion, we help to reduce the heat in the global warming. impact on the climate, reduce the carbon footprint, and the most important, reduce the dependency on the fossil fuels. And the solar panels are one of the important things. We can put them in the places that we want. The only problem is the space, but as the economically and energy development system within the economy perspectives is still in the underexplored, so it's not like that much experience, so we have to adventure in it to know a lot. So, and the second energy type is the wind energy that can obtain from the wind. The good thing about the wind energy is it's a predominant part of many nations. We can achieve the wind energy from other places that we want. It just depends where are you putting the windmills, and this is one of the better options for a lot of nations. But the only problem with this is like it's not sustainable. The integration is very parameters: power quality, reactive power, voltage stability, generation uncertainty, and the fault rate. This is different challenges in grid line transmission and distribution phases. The third one is hydropower. Hydropower energy that's obtained from the water. Hydropower is one of the best option that I can tell from my own perspective and my own experience, because the natural flow of region and empire hydropower schemes can grow multi-fluvial. The worldwide recently a different hydropower plants have been established in different regions to produce electricity. According to IHA, hydropower project generates almost the 2/3 of the global sustainable energy. It's a very good thing to achieve, and it's a crucial thing. But the global climate influences on the water support hydropower plant advancement also help us with the water management. It's crucial to issue the development of a reliable clean power system. The International Hydropower Association reported worldwide hydropower development added like 2.22 gigawatts in 2018. So that's a good achievement. And the fourth one is a bioenergy that obtained from the biotechnique, and it's complicated things that we were going to talk. There are two: traditional, modern, and modern. They are the two main categories of bioenergy. The first one is traditional bioenergy that refers to the conversion of the biomass of wood, animal waste, and the traditional charcoal. The other bioenergy sources includes liquid biofuels, the biorefineries, biogas. Traditional biogas consists more half of the energy. The use of the biomass to generate electricity is expected to improve the green energy and transportation soon, energy poverty, and mitigation against the climate change according to the demand for sustainable energy. It's going to advance. It's going to be more less harmful for the environment. And the fifth one is the tide and the wave energy that obtained from the sea tide and the waves. These two categories of this power plant not that commonly, and it's not that famous and not that stable, so it's not that investable. So, but the problem is not that it's good or bad. It's just the investment. It's just the research. The simple generation process for those plants involve the barrage across an inlet. Plant generates power similar to that of dams and rivers. Allows the tidal basin to fill on the incoming high tides and empty through the turbine system. Like it's the same as the hydropower. The process can be facilitated and control electricity balance among the energy conversion and storage. It's one of the good options can have. There are some photos examples that we have put it in these pages. Live examples of few countries that are applied these energy systems, like Japan, best place to obtain the tide and wave. North Middle East, one of the best places to obtain the hydropower. African Saharan Desert, best place to obtain solar power. It's not like they cannot, they are flying, and we are advancing. As I said, all of this sustainable energy looks good, sounds good, but with these kind of things, there comes a dark side of it. This adventure in it together. While renewable energy is like a healthy and thing, like more costly, the disadvantages are like more on the cost of the government and large organization. For example, like a business place want to take a solar panel, but the down payment is going to be high. But the thing is, if they do the down payment, they can save for their company in the long term. This is kind of a things or the system, the economical problem that have. But for the government thing, the government is integrated. Like the bases are on the fossil fuels. For the government to change from the fossil fuel to the sustainable energies is going to take time, and the government are putting this kind of project to help this society to change from the unsustainable to sustainable energies. But the good thing is the people can change their own places, their own environment, so they can be more sustainable energy place for their environment and for their society. From this conclusion, we can just like say the harm and the goodness of energy for the environment and for the society. You can achieve the energy in both ways, in a good way or in a bad, but it just depends on the cost and the research that we have on it. And the green environment sustainable is one of the best options that we can put in here. So thank you very much for your time and for your attention. If you may have any question, you can ask us from the link that we provide in here. Thank you very much.